What's going on, Bruce? Welcome to Hottest Cards of the Week, the weekly series where every Friday night we review the hottest and coldest when need be cards of the week, modern cards of the week, that is. Here is what the questions we shall answer in tonight's video. Is Scarlet and Violet era experiencing its second straight week of collapse, of regression? Maybe, yeah, we'll find out. Are the trainer galleries here to stay? Are the trainer galleries official? Are they actually worth something now? We'll try to answer that question, absolutely. What's first edition Charizard worth, by the way? Yeah, we're going to look at first edition base set at the end of the video. But right before that, at the end of the video, as promised, I did say I would take a deeper look at all the cool stuff from the X and Y era, including all the megas. So we are going to spend a fair amount of time at the end of the video looking at that X and Y, all the coolest X and Y cards, all the megas. We're going to have fun just surfing those, looking at those cards, promos and regular set megas, all of that. And the 6K Derpy Q winner, that would be a Ludwig Pig. Ludwig Pig, thank you so much for being such a solid viewer and member of this channel. 6K Derpy Q goes to you, so hit me up. And other than that, let's get to it. Do it! Alright, first of all, do not hate me if this is a much shorter episode than usual. This morning, I literally uploaded my longest YouTube video ever of all time, and that includes back in the Pokedan days, the dark days of Pokedan. Yeah, I did a Scarlet and Violet, or no, just a Black Star, a modern Black Star promo collection video. It's literally like an hour and 10 minutes long. It's uncut. It's one of those videos you just put on. You know, when you're looking for a video you want for an hour, you know, you don't want to do like every 10 minutes find out what new video, you know, just go watch that Mimic Brew video. I would absolutely love you. And yeah, it's rare that I do videos that are actually longer than an hour, so yeah, Crown Zenith. What did I write for Crown Zenith? So Darkrai V-Star, Cynthia's Ambition, Simisear V-Star. We are going to, well, this isn't even the Scarlet and Violet era, but once we get past Crown Zenith, we are going to speed run through the Scarlet and Violet era, mainly because the Scarlet and Violet era is down this week. Very few cards up. A lot down. Alright, so anyway, Cynthia's Ambition, I'm just going to go straight to her real quick. Show you guys what the 3-month looks like right there. There you go. So Cynthia's Ambition had a low of $10 and a high right now of $20 on the 90-day chart. Bang, bang on the 1 month. See right here, we already talked about Cynthia last week. Well, Cynthia's even higher than she was last week. And then we got Simisear, and I just want to talk about Darkrai. Darkrai has been hanging up right here on row number 3 for a couple weeks now. Darkrai V-Star feels to me like he might be up with the big boys, the 4, 8, 12. Let's call it the Big 12. Yeah, like college football. Is there still a Big 12? I don't even know. I haven't followed college football in a while. But anyway, Darkrai V-Star at $36.70. So basically, this is a 3-month chart. So you can see all the way back in February, it hit February 8th, it hit 35, and here we are at 36. So it's leveled off and done pretty well in this north of 30 range. So it's not a hottest card of the week, but it's showing a lot of strength at its new price point. So I did want to point that one out, and then we're going to look at Simisear V-Star at almost $15, and we're going to move on to ESV base set, where Drowsy is anything but $150. Let's see, so Simisear right here, 90-day chart, you had a low of not even $6 freaking for Simisear V-Star, and there it is, almost 15 bucks. Here's your 1 month chart right there, a low of $11.50, high of where we're at now, $14.78. Bang, bang. Everything else is pretty chill. Like all the big cards were holding. Giratina was barely off, it's just barely under 200 at 199. Everything else is right where you're used to seeing it. Scarlet and Violet base set, we got Drowsy as the number 2 chase card, under $40 now. So Drowsy has fallen very hard. We're gonna look at a lot of illustration rares that have fallen very, very hard. And I wrote Kirlia over Ralt. So for the first time ever, Kirlia right here at $35.69 over $34.49. Kirlia is somehow more valuable than Ralt. I sincerely doubt this will stay this way forever. So 2 weeks ago, Kirlia hit a low of 30, and now Kirlia is at a high of 35, just barely edging out little basic form Ralts right there. Miriam's under 30 again. Slowpoke's under 30. Riolu's at 25. It's probably pretty strong. Strong bet that Riolu stays over $20. I'm not worried about Riolu at all. But you even see Greavard all the way back down here to 11. And then a whole bunch of $8, $9, $10, $11 cards. So yeah. So Drowsy. Very interesting. Alright, let's move it on to Paldear. I got a few things I want to talk about in Paldear. Miss Magus, Spregatito, and Heracross. So right here, there's 3 IRs I wanted to talk about. Miss Magus, Sprigatito, and Heracross. The fact that all 3 of these are actually still holding over $20, I think is a good sign. Not just for Paldea, but the IR bubble and collapse itself. Seeing a few IRs hold value and stay over very notable checkpoints like $20 is kind of a big deal. So Miss Magus we'll look at first. I want to show you that. Just want to show you how well these guys are holding above their new market values. So we hit up 25 with Miss Magus, we hit low 22, and then we have 3 straight weeks of higher lows, consistent volume, and holding in the low 20s for Miss Magus, and then more or less the same exact thing for the other 2 right here. I just want to show you, because all in all that would make what, 7 IRs over $20 or something like that for Paldear. So you see it hit a high of 25, and now it's working its way down, but it has a little bit of support around 22, and that's kind of where it looks like it might sit. And it's Sprigatito, so I think Sprigatito has a better shot, because we even got Fuecoco over at 30. So I mean, the fact that Heracross and Miss Magus are up here is a good sign for Sprigatito, and the fact that all 3 of them are up here is a good sign for these IRs in general. And Heracross is actually... So Heracross, even a month ago, was already at 20, hit 22, and now it's going back up. It's just fluctuating in that 19 to 20 range. There you go. So I just thought those 3 IRs that aren't necessarily super popular at all are really strong indicators for IRs and Paldea Evolved in general. Tinkaton EX Full Art and Saguaro SIR. Okay, we'll look at that real quick. So on page 2, we're going to look at the Tinkaton Full Art. Page 2, beautiful, beautiful full art. I think it's right there. So Tinkaton Full Art, pink and purple. It is on the 1 month. It was at a low of $5.48 and it's up to $7, so it's only 28%. But the farther back you go, you can see the trend line. You can see down here from 4, and now it's up to 7. So, and this is actually a card I missed last week that I just wanted to bring up. It's the hottest card of the week like last week. I have a problem where sometimes I just totally miss full arts. Saguaro SIR is up a little. He's up to $7. So there you go. There's the 1 month. So you had a low of what, $6.40, high of that. So it's, you know, not even that much. But when you zoom out, you can see. So even just look at the 1 year of Saguaro from December 4. You know, it's just all up from December. So apparently Bromios do well in bubbles, I guess. Is that it? Let's go to Obsidian Lames. Obsidian Lames are almost completely back to normal. So when you look at this screen, like if I just have you look at this screen here and just look at these top 16 cards, if you were to go back in time like 2 or 3 months, or 3 months maybe, and look at a Hottest Cards of the Week episode, you wouldn't see a lot of difference. You'd see Charizard is up $10, $5. Ninetales is certainly up $7. The Cleffa is double. Even the Gloom's back down to 13, so the Gloom's up a little. But after that, yeah, Houndour's up at 9. But after that, everything looks normal. Even Bellybolt's down back under $4. The SIR Poppy's $3. Gita's under $4. Palafin's $4. Ice Cube's been $3. I'm just saying, like, all the bubble work that was worked on Obsidian Flames, apparently it's only going to stick for the Charmander promos, like the regular one and the ETB, the PC one, because a lot of these card values do not justify the booster box price, and the ETB promo doesn't come in a booster box. Yeah, so this is a quirky one where, you know, the value versus what you're going to pay if you try to rip open a sealed booster box. I am not seeing it at all right now. And by the way, this is what people like me and Danny Phantom always talk about, is how much set size does matter. which is why, you know, I think Journey Together is not going to do that great because it's just basic mathematics. All right, 151. Chonky Boy down. Let's look at Chonky Boy real quick. He's been down, free falling. So Chonky Boy hit a high of that was a little higher than that, almost 300. I thought it was like 298. 293 is what it says. Let's see here. 295. Okay. So 295 for Chonky Boy, and he's all the way down, and this is on the 1 month to 233. So that's a lot of money. It's almost $70 in 2 weeks. Chonky Boy's lost $70 in the last 2 weeks. Pika and Poliwhirl going strong. So just wanted to look at Pikachu and Poliwhirl holding some new high values. That'll be another one to see, and will be very interesting. Is Pikachu, for all the time, forever, was like out of value. It was like you got the Kanto starters that are $30, $40, $50. Pikachu was always $20 and $25. So there's a lot of case to be made that Pikachu, him or herself, was just always undervalued because it's SV151 and it's freaking Pikachu, right? So this one, will this tank or will this hold the majority of its newfound value? That is absolutely something I'm going to pay attention to. And so its high is 46. Its low after hitting that high is 42. And right now it's at 43. So I'll keep an eye on this and we'll see how that does. But again, that's an IR that, you know, there's contenders and pretenders. And we got to assume Pikachu is a contender. And then also we're going to look at Poliwhirl. Because Poliwhirl's been holding that plus 20 pretty well as well. Right here at $24. You know, Poliwhirl and Psyduck. It's like, will they hold or will they go back down to 14 or 15? It looks like they're going to hold. So Poliwhirl 27. Poliwhirl now 24. And over the 3 month, that is about as consistent in volume as you can ever see on a 90-day chart. So 16, 25 Poliwhirl. A lot of people's favorite card just straight up from 151, or at least favorite illustration rare from 151. All right, the Rift, the Paradox, the Paradoxical Rift. I think I wrote a lot for this. So Plusle, Minum, Morpeko, and Yveltal holding over 20. That's another thing. I just wanted to look at them. So Plusle and Minum, Minum $30. Plusle almost $30. These cards have been very valuable. You know, it increased in value since way before this Pokepocalypse 2025. So they're kind of a very good example of same thing with Deerling and Sawsbuck from Temporal. They're just more examples of connected artworks doing well, very well for both cards involved. Because Minum and Plusle, you know, almost $60 just for the two of them. And then Morpeko at 25 and Yveltal at 24. If Morpeko at 25, Yveltal at 24 also stay above 20, this is a seriously strong sign for Paradox Rift. Because yes, they were higher, obviously, but it's not about how high you get pumped to. It's about how you respond to being pumped to that high, obviously. And that's where you get contenders and pretenders. But Morpeko is you know, this is a very, very uniquely bright, delicious card. So I could see it going either way. I want to say, because I'm a diehard Paradox Rift fan, that it's going to stay in this $25 range. And I want to say that as well for Yveltal. But if 3 weeks from now, Yveltal's 17, Morpeko's 19, am I going to be surprised? Anyone going to be surprised? Probably not. So both Goldangos are doing their thing in the TCG again, apparently. Because Goldango, the ultra rare, is at an all-time high, and not the full art, but we'll go ahead and check that out real quick. And by the way, the least expensive card at the end of page 2 on Paradox Rift is almost $8. Look at this. Literally, this Mosshold right here, full art, $8. It is, unless you're talking Prismatic Evolutions, even Paldea Evolves. Last card on the second page isn't worth $7.75. It's only worth $7, I checked. But yeah, so real quick, we said Goldango full art's up to $10. It's been a little higher. It's been up to like 12 or 14. But the regular EX, this card has had a crazy up and down. So yeah, so the regular EX right now is at its all-time high. So if in all the times in the past you could have sold this card for an increase in value, now if you didn't, is probably definitely the time. So yeah, I've already sold all my extra Goldango EX last few times they popped off. I don't have any extras anymore to trade in. But if you do, you should. Anytime a playable double rare shoots up, just sell it. Like, those aren't things that last. Those are things where, worst case scenario, you can buy the card for significantly cheaper and replace the copy you sold 6 months, a year down the road. It's always a good idea to sell your playable EXs, your ultra rares. Because there's even a higher chance that even if it stays in value, you can find it in a binder, like a bulk binder, on accident too. Yeah, alright, so there's that. So anyway, Goldangos, check your Goldango stash. Alright, let's go to the Fates of Paldea. Yeah, I think I covered everything. Alright, Fates of Paldea time. And I wrote Baby Shinies, so we're just going to cover 4 Baby Shinies. Mimikyu, Lucario, Ralt, and Maushold. So Mimikyu is at an all-time high at $18.14. Mimikyu is really getting up there. It's just been creeping up and creeping up. So right there, I'll just leave it on the 3-month. On the 3-month, you see it's almost up 50%. Low at 10. Yeah, I'll show you the 1 month. Right there. Hit a new high last week, and now it hit another new high. Oh, you're so nice. I like the silver cheek squiggles. Looks cool. And then we have down here, we had Ralts at 1043 for Ralts is all-time high. Maushold is at 872. That's an all-time high. And then Lucario over here at 11 bucks. That's an all-time high. All the others are pretty much right where they've been at. Yeah. Charmander's been here before. Check on Iono real quick, because Iono had been going up recently. So Iono is just holding right at her new, her 1-year high, not her all-time high. Well, let's see, March? Huh. I could have swore it went straight down at release. Apparently it went up to 41 and then it went straight down. There you go. Well, she's coming up. She's $4 off her all-time high. It's been a long time since she's been this pricey. Yeah, she dropped down to 30, as you just saw, really quick. So the Raging Bolt. Okay, so Raging Bolt and Morty are solid. Raging Bolt, for playability reasons, for infamy reasons, it's just a badass artwork reasons. It's a good card and it's a good deck, but it's also a beautiful, very collectible card. And I'd say that about its hyper rare too, and its full arts. The Raging Bolt cards just across the board look better than usual. I'm going to assume though that everything about this recent uptrend has to do with the TCG. I mean, it could not though, because usually you see a huge, copies sold when something happens in the TCG, and I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing small numbers of copies being sold. So is this just... Huh. I mean, okay, so we have seen this card flirt with 100 so many times. We really have. Could be people are just finally comfortable with this card being a $100 card. 'Cause it's a solid... I think it's a solid chase card for Temporal Forces. I love it. I love it a lot. But there you go. So this is the chart you need to see. Is the initial from 65 up to 108, down to 94, up to 102, back down under, now it's back up again and building support above 100. So who knows where this is going to be. But man, this has been a $100 on and off hot and cold card for a long time. Which to me, if people are comfortable and used to seeing that card at $100, don't be surprised if it finally stays that way. So there's that. All the other ones are pretty much where they're always at. Morty, though. Morty's been holding strong. Very strong for Morty. 52 up to 63. It's basically at its all-time high. And, I mean, that's 20% on the 1 month, but even that was up from a lot, because that was from 35 on the 90-day up to there. So Morty, and I'm not seeing any big buyouts. I'm not seeing too much crazy. I think this is just going to be one of the better supporter trainer cards from the entire era when it's all said and done. A lot of people like Temporal Forces. It's almost got like a little cult following. doesn't get enough attention, I feel like. People pay more attention to sets that don't even have anything going on, like Stellar Crown. Alright, Sawsbuck, Deerling, Metagross, Litten. Okay, let's look at that real quick. Another scenario where we're going to look at contenders versus pretenders. Sawsbuck, Deerling. That's $56 just between those two if you want Sawsbuck and Deerling. Sawsbuck's been $30 for a while now. Like, Sawsbuck, it's like, yo, I've been expensive, like, you know, because look, it's just $5. You guys remember this? September, you know, what is that was 6 months ago already? 6 months ago is so many decades in Poke years. Like 6 months ago had to be like 10 Poke years ago. But this card was like $8. And it just kept going up. It was already $20 in December. Sheesh. The connected artworks, the two things, when it's all said and done, people are going to look back at. They're going to be like the Pokemon Center promos and the connected artworks. Those were the two things that in general did the best in the Scarlet and Violet era. Like anything that had a connected artwork and anything that had a Pokemon Center stamp on it. Like, holy crap. Just all the, there's a very, very small amount of connected artworks, like Spidops, you know, and Tarantula. Like, ugh. Alright, Stellar Frown. Stellar Frown. Not much. Expect Duskaline IRs to hold value. Duskull, another connected artwork. The Duskaline is playable, they got some there, but they are also a trio of IRs that are connected artworks. Duskull holding over 40 is a shock to me. Not even gonna lie. But then am I shocked because of everything I just said? Because let's see here. You see, let's get this all the way out. November, January, end of January, 50. End of January, so it's had almost 2 months to flop, and it's gone down $10. And it's leveling off. And yeah. Don't be surprised if Duskull stays 40. Just because of that connected artwork thing I was talking about. Alright, I want to go on. I want to move on. I want to be true to my word and have a short episode. Crispin is cooking. Crispin, what the hell is going on with Crispin? Crispin, I saw this the day after last week's episode of Hottest Cards of the Week. It was like this last weekend, he just started popping off. Yeah, March 18th, I guess. Yeah, I mean, sheesh, he really popped off a few days ago. Okay, so I already looked into this a few days ago. There's a bunch of Crispins that were bought at like $25 and $30. So you'll notice the volume bars here. This is a 90-day. Our highest volume is 86 on January 3rd, but we see a lot of copies. This must be TCG related, obviously. That's an insane amount of copies. But you go here and you don't necessarily see a huge increase in volume or copies sold. But what I can show you is right around here on the 18th, the 17th and 18th. If we can go down that far, maybe I'll find it. There was copies sold for $40, copies sold for $30, 3 copies at $30 right there. That's $90 worth of 3 Crispins, just right there. So yeah, I found multiple $30 and $40 Crispins. So you know, you see a card shoot up in price, but you don't see associated volume. So you're not thinking buyout. You actually are thinking manipulation, because you start getting into interesting categories when you start paying egregiously more than you need to for a card. It is technically a form of manipulation, especially when you're talking about on a site that doesn't usually provide photos, you know. So it's not like you'd be like, no, I paid extra because I had a photo. I can look right here and see that $40 listing did not have a photo. You know what I mean? Like, I can go find it. There was no photo. Like, the $7.50 Crispin had a photo. The $30 right here did not have a photo. I don't know where that $40 one went. So it could just be, you know, all I'm saying is look for that. Look for higher than necessary sales if you don't see that volume bar to go hand in hand with the sales, or it looks fishy. I think Crispin was literally it. I just wrote Crispin is cooking. Yeah. Alright, so Surging Sparks. Pikachu never tanked. there was a massive narrative that Pikachu SIR was going to tank. A lot of people were pushing this narrative that all Pikachu chase cards tank, all Pikachu chase cards are bad, all Pikachu chase cards, remember what happened to Chonkachu, remember what it was. Well, guess what? It came out at $500 and it's $450. Okay, so you know, it's been 4 months. It's been almost 5 months. Pikachu SIR is down $50 total. Bang. This is a lot like what the new Umbreon looks like as well. And just a lot of new expensive cards that have kind of came out during the hype. They go up and then they kind of flatline and hold. Now, will this tank just fall off a cliff whenever the rest of Pokemon falls off a cliff? Yes. But until that happens, looks like Pikachu likes being $450. So I'm just going to throw it, you know, I'm just pointing that out. But then a different Pikachu is a better value than ever. I'm not saying you should go buy this hyper rare Pikachu, but what I am saying is I've never once in my life seen it under $100, and it's at $99 right now. So if you look here, it literally, okay, so the literal day of release, it was 95, and it shot all the way up to 210 or 15 is what it was up there. Yeah, it was like 220 almost. See if I can get it. It wasn't 199. I remember. I was there. I own 3 of these. I'm very aware. But yeah, so it's whoosh. Okay. So how much does a hyper rare give back when a hyper rare gives back? It's already given $100. Do you feel comfortable getting in on a hyper rare Pikachu when it's $100 off its high? I don't know. That's actually a good question. Would you buy this hyper rare Pikachu for $100? It seems like a safe bet, but at the same time, it's a hyper rare Pokemon card. This could be and should be typically, you know, it could be $15 if it wasn't Pikachu. You know, it could be $10 if it wasn't Pikachu. So I'm not saying buy this card, but I am saying it is cheaper than ever. It's not a best deal banger, it's a risky banger, but it's for itself, it's its best deal. Ceruledge is under $30. The full art itself looks like it might crack under 30. A lot of stuff is just down a little percentage, 5-10%. Everything down 10% except melodic. That's what I wrote. Okay, so there you go. Everything appears to be down about 10% across the board on a lot of these, except for look at melodic. Melodic has been $142 since release. It's like, well, not really, but it just feels like it's always been $142 or $152. This card just doesn't budge, period. All right, let's go to Prismatic Evolutions. Roaring Moon is on fire. Remember that guy 3 weeks ago that was like, "Hey, Mimic Brew, you're an idiot. There's no way Roaring Moon could ever be worth more than Eevee." Where you at now, bud? Seriously, it's almost $300. Roaring Moon and Palafin. I have this rule where I don't even care to go. I went to page 2. I looked at all of them, but once we get to Pokeballs, Master Balls, I can't be asked to track the ups and downs of those right now. One thing I will tell you is everyone, when Scarlet and Violet 151 came out, I mean, Pokemon 151 came out, everyone's like, oh my god, they need to do Master Balls in English. It's going to be so amazing. Can you imagine what it would be like if they did Master Balls in English? It would be the most, it would break the world. The whole entire world would just fall apart. Blah, blah. Okay, so they did it, right? Everyone hates them. Literally everyone, like, they're performing so bad. Like, the fact that the Umbreon Master Ball just keeps going down and down and down, and it's almost only $200, that is a bad sign for Master Balls. The whole Master Ball scenario would have been a nice compliment to an IR gallery, but that's not what they did. They did something that could have been a nice compliment, and instead they made people hate them instantly. So people, if they get Master Balls in a future specialty set again without IRs, and I'm talking about English, people are going to be pissed off. People are going to be so pissed. Nobody likes opening Prismatic Evolutions. I've noticed no one once has said I love opening Prismatic. Everyone hates it. Literally, everybody hates Prismatic Evolutions, and they just yearn for that SIR pull. Literally, the SIR pull will get your blood pumping and make you feel like you won the lottery, all that. Other than that, it's horrible. Worst pack opening experience ever, and that is because the Master Balls and Pokeballs were not a hit. They swung and they missed. It was not near as cool. Anyway, I'm going to get off my pedestal. I personally thought the Master Balls were going to do a lot better. I thought the Umbreon Master Ball would be the most expensive card in the set, not an SIR. But yeah, they just did it so wrong. They made way too many Master Balls and no IRs. And it just... in the full arts, sorry, I'm just going off on Prismatic. The lack of cool full arts and the only trainer full arts was such a miss. Let's take all the cool full arts, all the cool Master Balls, pull them from the set and put them in a bunch of auxiliary products that scalpers can buy and no normal people will have a shot at. This set is trash. Moving on. Let's go to the trainer galleries. I love the Cerulege. Okay, so trainer gallery, Starmie is at an all-time high. If the Master Balls were better, somehow, some way, they tried. They put all that cool texture and, you know, all that shattered ice. What do you call that? That ice or whatever. All right, Starmie B, look at that. There you go. So we had 99, bang. 108 right there. Here's the 6 month for Starmie. Low of 45, high of 107, bang. So trainer galleries, let's look at the mid, lower, see how they're all holding their values, because trainer galleries are here to stay, in my opinion. That's what I wrote on my piece of paper. So we got 80 Garchomp still. Garchomp still at 80. If this was April of last year during the last trainer gallery bubble, Garchomp would have been already back down to 40. Same with Umbreon, same with Rayquaza, same with VMAX Pikachu. Even the Mimikyu V is holding the Dama pump better than ever. I would have thought Mimikyu V would be back down under 40 by now. Sylveon VMAX is actually almost at 50 again. Pikachu V Lost Origin. These are all holding their values so much better than last time. Let's put it that way. Not only are they all, the top upper end ones, holding value so much better than the last trainer gallery Sword and Shield era pump last April. A bunch of new ones that are also holding value. Like, for example, Superior V is $17. This card was $17 like 3 weeks ago. You know, it might have got up a little higher, but look at this. Like, on February 26th, it was $18. It's still almost $18. What the heck is going on? You know what I mean? So, Galarian Moltres, $18. This card... I remember at the last bubble, it was a $6 card. It went up to $15 for 3 days, and it went right back down to $6. The fact that Galarian Moltres is still $18 is something new to me. Blissey holding over 12. Look at all this. Look at all this. $12 Zapdos, $12 Articuno, $12 Charizard, $12 Blissey. So much more. When you're someone who has, for the last several years, has been used to seeing every single one of these cards for $2 to $5 in shitty condition and random binders and random card shops, like, just to see all these that are over 10 now, it's insane. It really is. I mean, there's a few, there's a handful that are still cheap. You got even Corviknight V over $7.50 now. Ice Rider Calyrex is over $7 now. I think these prices are here to stay. Melodic is almost $5. There's another one I would have thought actually would be a little more by now, given all scenarios. I almost bought a Kricketune earlier today, even that's almost $4. Kricketune used to be 80 cents, I guarantee it. Dedenne, 50 cents. Not even $1. Seriously, as Brilliant Stars, Dedenne wasn't even $1. Just wow. Zamazenta V is the only... Wow, Zamazenta V is doing terrible. I mean, it's doing good, apparently, but it's still doing terrible. It's... Oh, wow. If I could do a 3-year graph, like, this card has been $6 before, so the fact that it's only back up to $6, especially when the way better Zacian is like $20. Alright, Altarts. Let's do some Altarts. Rayquaza VMAX is holding over 800. That's a good sign for Ray. That's all I have for the VMAXs. Yeah, because I already looked. I tried so hard to find something. These guys are all pretty steady. But Rayquaza VMAX over 800. Gengar VMAX hit a high of 720. So it's down $50. What was it, 720? Oh, 750. That's right. That's right. So yeah, Gengar is down $75 off its high. But not Giratina. Or not Rayquaza, pardon me. In fact, let's actually look at Giratina right now. What is this? This is page 2 of Oh, it's page 2 of the V's. Okay, let's go back to page 1. Now let's look at Giratina. Alright, Giratina's 660. Let's take a look at that. 1 month, we had Giratina hit a high of 711. And it's been all down for the last 3 weeks. All down. Let's pull it back, though, so we can see where it came from. So 6 month high. 6 month 300. 700. And now we're down 40 bucks. Who knows? I mean, that's a pretty steep fall right there for Tina. The Galarian Moltres is almost $200 like all the other ones. A month ago, literally a month ago, Giratina V was the only card over $200. Yeah, the Lugia, the Umbreon, the Dragonite, the T-Tar, the Charizard, the Rayquaza, now Moltres. None of these were over 200 a month ago. Only Giratina. Let me make sure of that. We're at a little more than a month ago. Let's see here. So it was in December. Okay, so Lugia. Okay, Lugia was the other one that was a little early. So September. When did Lugia hit 200? Alright, right there. So in November, Lugia crossed 200. Other than that, okay, so Giratina and Lugia were over. I want to look at Umbreon V real quick. So many of these Vs have just been on fire. So 180, 190 in December. Okay, so the very beginning of the year, Umbreon crossed over 200. But then after that, because Dragonite, T-Tar, Zard one time almost hit 200 a long time ago, but then fell all the way back down. But all these other ones, Rayquaza, T-Tar, Dragonite, and it looks like Moltres, these are all just in the last 3 weeks, in the last month. So yeah, so that's just a lot extra value for the Vs just in general. Okay, I want to bonus round. I want to go to page 2, and I just want to show you guys something. I want to show you guys what I think is the most undervalued straight up card in the entire Sword and Shield era. It's right, bang, right here, baby. Duraludon V, not VMAX. To have Raihan, Duraludon, and Rotom in this just chill freaking artwork with Duraludon looking down at that food, I am sorry. This is an Evolving Skies alt art, guys. In Evolving Skies, Cameo, Trainer, and Pokemon. Cameo, Trainer, and Pokemon, and Evolving Skies, and all. There's so many words. And how do they only equal $14.10? Dude. There are times when I understand how nonsensical this TCG is, and rarity doesn't matter, a lot of things don't matter. You would think there would be more Duraludon fans, and maybe even Raihan Bromeo fans. This card is Evolving Skies. This card, you pull this out of an Evolving Skies pack, you're happy, and then you realize this card is worth half as much as the pack you just opened. That doesn't even make sense. I refuse, and I think I refuse to accept that Duraludon V isn't worth as much as one singular Evolving Skies pack. It's just too solid. Look at this, he's like, I mean, I like Raihan too. Anyway, that's just my thought. Is this about as good as a card gets for $15 from a very famous set from a famous era? It's just a good card. Come on. Do I really need to defend Duraludon V at $14? I feel like I really don't. Is that all I got? Yeah, I think we're gonna just move on to promos. Yeah. All right, here we go. All right, promos. So promos, we wrote Iron Bundle, Noctowl, and then the regular Charmander and the regular Noctowl. Iron Bundle, we're gonna take a look at 190 for Snorlax, 174 for Charmander, 150 for Eevee. Typical. Pikachu never moves. Pikachu's always $108. Koraidon just barely passed Miraidon for the first time ever. But it's like a Noctowl. It's a Noctowl right here. A low on the 1 month of 44 up to, yeah, you know, it's not. It's 36 to 49 on the 3 month. Iron Bundle, I think, is looking a little better. Iron Bundle with a little something going on. 48 bucks. I love this Iron Bundle. I found out that I have a very large amount of regular iron bundles, way more than I thought in my Black Star promo video from this morning. So 37 to 48. 37 to 48, and to be honest, on the 1 year, it's like $6, 48. 500% on the 1 year. I love Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle's cool. Very cool. Alright, and as far as the PC promos, I think that's it. Yeah, and then we're going to go to regular promos. So the Charmander is $28 now. This is the regular Obsidian Flames Charmander. The regular Obsidian Flames Charmander would be the, what? Currently the second most expensive card from Obsidian Flames. Interesting. So there you go. It's an all-time high at $28.08. 22 is the low, 28 is the high. That was on the 1 month, so it's up $8 on the 1 month. And then we are going to look at the Noctowl regular promo. Yeah, and then that's it. If I find it, I think it's at around $7. There it is. Oh, that's a lie. I got faked out. What do we got here? Oh, put on best selling. This specific tab always resets whenever I go in and out of it. There it is. It's $6. Let's take a look. I talked about this last week. I just want to see how far it fell down because it was playable. So it went from 3 all the way up to 9, and now it's right in the middle at 6. Okay. So, and I did bring this up last week. I just want to see if it was holding or not. So yeah, it's $6, 3 to 9 to 6. There you go. Yeah. All right. So from this point forward, I get to just chill and look at this stuff with you guys because I didn't write any notes. All right. So UPCs already, boys. They looking normal. 33, 22, 19. Lucario's back down to 5. The last couple weeks, both the Vaporeon VMAX promo collection boxes were up. Vaporeon VMAX looks like it's leveling off. Let's take a look at that real quick because it went way up. Way up. So yeah, it does look like it's leveling off right around that $80. The other two still haven't budged so much. Let's see, Flareon's at 48, Jolteon's at 42, the VMAX at 48. Yeah, so they're still there. Mainly these two, just the Vaporeons were the ones to move. Galarian Moltres back down to 650. Radiant Eevee at 1350. I don't know. Let's take a look at that real quick. See what that hit lately. Pull this out. Radiant. This is $4. Are you serious? 16 from 4 to 16. That's a 6 month. From 7. So a low of 12. All right. I'm just checking this out. Had 3 of these in my video, my Black Star promo video earlier today. There's a lot of cards and a lot of these promos we're gonna look at, like this. Yeah, all the Charizards, the Lucario. I showed all of my still in the 10, still in the cardboard Galarian Moltres. I had 20 of them. Had 3 Eevees showed off. All right, let's go to Sun and Moon. Same with these. I had two stained glass birds cards in that video. $47, holding right at its high. Let's see. Oh, Pikachu and Zekrom, that was also in the video. Garchomp and Giratina, that was also in my Black Star promo video. Heck yeah, $60. I had 2 of these. Sorry, I'm just looking. Hopefully you guys just kind of look at the prices too when I start rambling, so I'm not totally wasting your time. Mewtwo and Mew GX, that's been up a lot lately. Let's check that out. Showing 131, at a high of 140. Look at this 1 year chart. So we had a little pop back then, and then all the way down to 50. This is for Mewtwo and Mew Tag Team promo. $138. It's also on lower volume. So this to me is like, I mean, let's call it $100 grail. I could have bought this obviously easily a few months ago, but now that it's expensive, it's an automatic. It is just Mew and Mewtwo. You can't go wrong. And it's a tag team. Mew and Mewtwo tag team. That will be a popular, desirable card 100 years from now. So long as Pokemon still exists 100 years from now. Derpy Eevee up to $64. Amazing. This random Mimikyu SM163 just showed up out of nowhere. Look at this. If anyone knows what this is about, someone just probably listed and purchased a really expensive copy This is a $5 Mimikyu that just doubled in price. Black Star promo from 2019. Very interesting. 2019. Yeah, that's something, man. My Pikachu. Showed off a whole bunch of these. So, all my Pikachus I showed off in my video this morning, my Black Star promo video, I paid $8 to $12 for. And then here we go. $31 for SM162. Holy moly. This really is the hottest card of the week. Well, if you want to see 9 of these in real life that should all get 10s, go ahead and watch my video. I'm really pumping my video. Pumping my video pretty hard. It's an hour long. It's a lot of ad revenue. So if I get people to watch it, that's like legit money. I'm just saying. Hey, Shining Ho-Oh. I had that in my video too. Shining Ho-Oh was pretty cool. Oops, I thought I clicked on it. Here, let's go back. I actually want to look at... I had this. I had the Gonzo card, the Full Art Raichu in my video. Hell yeah. I had a lot of them. I want to look at that Shining Ho-Oh real quick. Then we're going to get into X and Y's. Shining Ho-Oh is a $5. Now it's a $15. Interesting. Alright, let's carry it on. Bang. So the X and Y's. Okay. So all we have left is this. Yeah. Wait, why do I have this twice? What is this? X and Y. Oh, this is X and Y promos, and the other one's X and Y. Okay. So this is going to be a little redundant. But first of all, so X and Y promos. Let's start at the top here. Let's look at Mega Gengar EX. I have a feeling Mega Gengar EX is up. Mega Gengar EX was 68 to 91. That is 33% on the 1 month right there. Mega Gengar EX, beautiful promo. Excellent. There's probably a lot that are up, so I'm going to kind of do this quick. Let's look at Pikachu EX. Very popular, XY 124. Am I on near mint? I am. Let's go to the 1 year. Hit a low of 99 up to 126. That's nothing. I would expect this card to be doing a lot better during a bubble. Okay. Blastoise EX. We've looked at that a lot lately. The Shaman EX. This was in my video. It's one of the first cards I showed in my video. This card I paid $5 for, right? And look at it now. It's like 40 bucks. The hell? Yeah, I showed this in the very beginning of that Black Star promo video. And it's $40. The hell is going on? It's $10 in October. It should be somewhere between 10 and 40. It's beautiful, shiny. Like this card in mint condition, it's so beautiful because you can tell how hard it is to find and keep the surface scratch free because it's a very, very smooth surface card. There we go. Venusaur EX95. Let's see here. Mega Aerodactyl. Oh my god, look at this. $13, $30. Look at this card. I think I looked at this a couple weeks ago, but some of these, you just don't see them. Like, people never show this card, talk about a beautiful, beautiful XY full art like this. Like, there's probably so many people watching this video right now that didn't even know this card existed. Just so cool. 13 to 32. Right there. Again, these are all the promos. I'm going to cover the actual era here in just a second. I'm just looking through these promos. Latias full art promo. Yeah, this is probably up. 33 to 30. Sheesh, that not ain't too bad. Okay, well, 18 to 36. It looks a little worse. Oh, the Braviary and the Noibat. I'm starting to really like Braviary. Yeah. All right, let's just go to the entire era. Okay, so right here, so this is everything. So we're going to see a lot of Mega EXs, a lot of Breakthrough, a lot of Steam Siege, some Roaring Sky, some Breakpoint, Flash Fire, yada yada. You know. Okay, so let's look at Mega Gengar, or yeah. There's just Gengar EX, Phantom Forces. This card is very popular. So this card, 150, 283. This is like a streamer YouTuber card. Like if you're trying to be popular online, you have to have that card in the slab. Definitely. Same with Mega Charizard EX. Hold on a sec. This Mega Rayquaza from Roaring Skies is incredible. Look at this real quick. A lot of these I'm just going to show the 1 year, just to show the big picture, and they are lower volume cards. 76 up to 8. Sheesh. Well, I guess, wow. Hold on a sec. This card went from 76 all the way up to 100 in like 2 months right there. Way before the bubble. Huh. It's pretty sick. Like, a lot of these cards are printed so poorly. Like, to find a true Gem Mint 10 of these, especially nowadays, is almost unheard of. Unless you pull it straight out of the pack. Mega Charizard. The Mega Gardevoir we're about to look at, I own a copy of that I actually do think is a 10. Okay, so Mega Charizard, 80 bucks. 150 bucks, basically double. Flash Fire. It's a lot of Charizards in Flash Fire. But this right here, I love this Steam Siege Gardevoir. I don't know why. It's something about the pink and the purples and the like soft green. Like, this card looks so great in person. I should have probably just grabbed it. No, I can't now. It's so cool. But yeah, I mean, look. I think I paid 10 bucks for mine. No, I feel like I paid 15. I feel like I paid a little more. But there it is, 50 bucks. 10 bucks, 11, 12, 13. Oh my god. $54. Steam Siege. Believe it or not, there actually are 1 or 2 decent cards in Steam Siege. It is a freaking terrible, god-awful set. It is bad. It is so bad, it is almost as bad as Crimson Invasion. But it has a couple solid full arts. Steam Siege. Referring to Steam Siege. Alright, oh my god, look at this Mega Mewtwo from Breakthrough. Look at this right here. 30. 70, another double. Man, these are cards, I feel like, you know, obviously you buy them online, but you'll have better luck with some of these mid-modern cards actually at card shows. Like, if you actually go to card shows, some of these harder to find cards. Oh, this one, I have this one too. This is the Secret Rare from Steam Siege. This card is not, it wasn't super cheap ever. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, it wasn't ever dirt cheap, but 30 to 50, that's not too bad. The Velta looks great in that one. Oh yeah. Alright, what else? This Mewtwo is this weird style of Mewtwo, but I still like this card. Why are all these pictures so crap? This was, yeah, Breakthrough. So this Breakthrough Mewtwo, let's see, 34 to 75. So yeah, just on the 3 month, 34 to 70, 75. It's crazy. So many of these cards though were 10, 15, 20 bucks during the post 2021, the last couple years. It actually hurts to see some of these cards. Oh. So here we go. Here's the actual Secret Rare. Oh, look at this. $460. Oh yeah. What is there? 4 Charizards in Flash Fire or 5? I think there's 4 of them. Umbreon EX full art, Fates Collide full art. Let's check this out real quick. 35, sheesh, to 80. Let's go to 3 month. 50 to 80. Man, just everything with Pokemon on it is just so it's so hard to find cards that aren't affected by this bubble. It's crazy. Alright, let's gonna go another page or two. Oh! Alakazam, Secret Rare, Fates Collide. I want to see that real quick. No, go back. Oh no, Rayquaza EX full. I have that right here. Bang. The worst condition card I have ever pulled straight out of pack was this Rayquaza. This Rayquaza, when I pulled it out of the pack, looked like it was cut with an actual chainsaw. This Rayquaza, I mean, I could show, I'll show you guys some other video. It is insane how just absolute piss poor this card was printed when I pulled it. When I pulled it, I had no idea how difficult of a card it was to pull. I didn't realize how awesome, how valuable it was. I just knew it, yeah, it looked terrible. Oh, the Alakazams, the Fates Collide oh, the Groudons. Oh, the Ancient Origin Ground. God, there's so many good cards. Just so many good, jeez Louise. Good cards and low volume that move in price very easy. Low of 80, high of 157. Ancient Origins. God, the Kyogre I like even more, actually. Yeah, the Kyogre is crazy. There it is right here. So this one, sheesh. Hold on. Pull out the 1 year. 60, 125. This one's cool. The other one looks like an orca. Where is it? Oh yeah, this one right here. Looks like a little orca. Top angle. Looks very cool. Let's see, we got 65 to 86. And this is Primal Clash. Okay. Alright, I'm not going to zoom in anymore. I'm going to wrap it up. But I'm just going to look for any... The Lucario full art at $100 from Furious Fist. When did this happen? Man, that's a solid full art for Lucario. Holy moly. So $30 in April, $100 right now. Furious Fist, it hasn't done well at all over time. I mean, it hasn't, because it's been out for 11 years. But I feel like there's just now some Furious Fist cards that are finally starting to grow in value. Alright. Mega Latios, 46. Yeah, I think we're probably done. Take a look, and we're going to look at base set real quick. Because I just needed a quick refresher, and I'm sure a lot of you do too. This Mega Gengar from Phantom Forces, Mega Rayquaza, the OG from Roaring Skies is $30, huh? I'm going to check this one out real quick. $10 to $30. Okay. And then 16, so it's doubled. I like this one more with the stamp on it. The Celebrations version I think looks really good. And even the Celebrations one is actually worth half as much as this, because this is 30. And the Celebrations one is worth like 15 or 16, I'm pretty sure. So, very interesting. Alright, let's look at a first edition base set. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume that base set, Shadowless, and first edition are all thrown into the same grouping. Because, you know, Shadowless, first edition, more or less same thing. So, Zardy Boy, first edition base set, the card that I sold for $350 in 2001 for my first eBay sale ever. $5,500, and then Blasty Boy, $1K. Then third place is Mewtwo at $800. Ninetales is fourth place? What the hell? Why is Ninetales fourth? This must all be Pop Report related. However, the Chansey is only $200, and the Chansey's got, I think, the lowest Pop Report. Why is Ninetales more than Venusaur? Someone answer that for me. Someone figure that out for me. And Zapdos. Alright, so Charizard, Blastoise, then you go Mewtwo, then you go Ninetales, then you go Zapdos, then Venusaur, and then, okay, the rest of these make sense. The Red Cheeks Pikachu is $320. Interesting. A Dragonair? First edition Dragonair is $300? Is that for real? Is a first edition... I know it's a non-holo rare. Is a first edition non-holo rare Dragonair actually $300? And a first edition Beedrill is $137? Huh? The Electabuzz is $92? I didn't realize the non-holo rares were so valuable. Huh. Interesting. That is actually very... God, just seeing this card. Oh my god. So mine, when I pulled it, I was 12 years old. I was standing right outside the Wizards of the Coast. South of Mall in Puyallup, Washington. The split second I pulled it, we noticed it had a print line right there from the tip of his nose to the edge of the card. And that was the only thing wrong with it, was a super obvious horizontal print line. Super annoying. Ugh. It's okay. It'll be fine. All right, that's all I got. Let's wrap it up. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, that was a fun. Did I go too long? Oh my God, I went an hour again. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go an hour. It's back-to-back videos that were an hour. Anyone who's still here, say the code word in the comment section. Kirby. Kirby, so I know you're a real one. If you type Kirby in the comment section, and then you hit me up on IG and you live in America, I'll send you a Derpy Q. Yeah. All right, guys. See you on the next one. Please like, comment, subscribe. You are contractually obligated. If you don't subscribe and you watch this far, I will mentally uninstall your YouTube app. Bang. See ya.